So if you watched the Fantastic Four trailer, you've seen the Future Foundation come up in a couple of their little cards, their promotional material. It was even on one of the crew shirts for the movie. But what is the Future Foundation?
The Future Foundation and Marvel Studios welcome you to a truly historic moment. Presented in dazzling Fantastivision.
The Future Foundation is Reed Richards' personal think tank where he gathers a lot of young individuals with powers or aliens or what have you. One of them is a clone of another supervillain that he's fought previously, and he gathers them together to try to make the world better. That's the entire thing, is to improve the world. Because he had been growing more and more frustrated with the fact that people were using science to make the world and everybody's lives worse. This is sort of like Doctor Strange's Academy or Generation X, or the Avengers Academy. There's a lot of these groups of children that they're trying to raise to help the betterment of the world, the betterment of the next generation, to become the next generation of superheroes. They do end up getting taught by a teacher that is picked by an algorithm that kind of just sees what they need for whatever mission they're on. So one of the ones was Yondu, but it wasn't actually Yondu, he was a Skrull who had been married to Johnny, and they needed the Skrull to solve a problem, so it was actually why they grabbed the Skrull, but the whole time they thought they had Yondu because they were breaking into a prison. That kind of thing. And there have been a lot of members of the Future Foundation, including Spider-Man and Doctor Doom, who was invited to join by Reed and Sue's children. But the young students include Nathaniel and Valeria Richards, Dragon Man, Artie, Leech, Wu, Bentley 23, who was a clone of supervillain the Wizard, Tong, Turg, Meek, and Korr, and their leaders are Alex and Julie Power, who were previously a part of Power Pack with Nathaniel Richards. Franklin Richards. Did I say Nathaniel Richards in my last video? Did I keep calling him Nathaniel? And I did a lot of Kang videos, and that is just stuck in my brain, So why is it important? Why is the Future Foundation important in the new Fantastic Four movie? It's mostly just seen as branding, so they're not gonna have a full think tank superhero club thing going on, right? But it does make sense that Reed would be working on multidimensional travel, which it does seem like he is working on that board to create a multidimensional arc thing. So they might be using that he has like-minded individuals working with him. They're just not younger people. They're not children for the most part. But because it does seem like Franklin will be born at the very beginning of this movie, the world and the multiverse is quite literally our oyster, so it could just not be that deep, you know? Something that is also very important, just to me personally, that you know, is that Jonathan Hickman, the man who made the Future Foundation, also made and created the Maker as a villain, which is why the Children of Tomorrow and the Future Foundation seem to kind of parallel each other, even to the point where their speeches when they're both created parallel each other, because why wouldn't they? That is creative genius. And while I am fully prepared to see Galactus as the villain, I do think that he is a red herring, and that he will probably leave seeing that Franklin is there, and that we will actually get the Maker as the villain for this Fantastic Four movie, because they're taking so much from runs with the Maker in it. But that's just speculation. Especially because they've put, the Maker in Marvel Rivals, and they're really hitting hard that the Maker is a thing. They had, Reed going off in the comic run that I've been reading, that he says something kind of crazy, and Johnny's don't go the Maker on us, don't do that. But one of the most important missions that the Future Foundation goes on is to find the pieces of Molecule Man that have been scattered throughout the cosmos. This mission leads them to find two things. Rikki Barnes, an alternate universe Bucky Barnes, kind of. She's a kid that Steve picked up the original Bucky from back in the day, and throughout her interdimensional journey goes through both Steve and Bucky's stories, going from Bucky to Nomad. And the Maker, who posed as Reed Richards, who was unable to heal his injuries because he was in prison with collars that nullified his powers, but he's really only after whatever part of Molecule Man the children can find. Because when they split up Molecule Man, they also split up the Maker, who had been dispersed across a bunch of timelines where he had one mind, but many different bodies throughout the universe, so he's just trying to become one again. However, the Future Foundation and the Maker were forced to all work together in order to escape from the prison. After getting to safety, Maker and his allies attacked the Foundation, and despite defeating him after the lengthy battle, the Maker returned in a new body from an alternate reality and blew up their ship, leaving him to claim the Molecule Man piece. Also, important thing to note is that the Maker does kill his version of Doctor Doom, which would make sense for the really strange Doom casting we've been seeing. I'm being hopeful. I'm gonna be hopeful, but it is weird. But I don't know, it's just a fun little thought to think that maybe because they're taking so much stuff that has the origins of the Maker and the origins of Malice and all this stuff that we've been seeing in Marvel Rivals and stuff, that maybe Galactus is not going to be the big bad. I think seeing Galactus as an ally is always more fun than it is seeing him as a villain, but if you want to see more about Galactus, we have a video about it too, so definitely check that out. I think it goes up in that corner. It's just a fun little thought. We're all just making theories here. But I hope this answered your question about the Future Foundation, especially because it's like in the taglines and stuff as branding for this next movie. And if you like this and you want to see more like this, be sure to like and comment and subscribe and hit that bell notification icon to know when we post more videos. And I will see you guys next time. Stay geeky. Bye.